Rolling out of Paris early today for an epic adventure. Let's go. Well, hello to you from beautiful, kind of foggy, a little rainy, a little wet Wednesday morning here. Our adventures today start in Rosine, Kentucky. Now you may be wondering, what's in Rosine? Well, many refer to him as the father of bluegrass music. If you haven't figured it out by now, of course I'm talking about the one, the only, Mr. Bill Monroe. There is a monolith monument here that is here for Bill and Stormy. William Bill Smith Monroe was born here in Rosine, Kentucky in September of 1911, and he passed away and left us in September of 1996. You can see the little mandolin-shaped memorial placed down there. There's also a large message that is pretty covered with pennies and nickels and dimes and things of that nature, where people have stopped by to pay their condolences. Kind of wish they would find a different spot for that so we could read that a little more clear. But hey, what are you going to do? People love, and this is their way of showing things. So there you have it. Mr. Bill Monroe. Just 5 stones down from Bill Monroe lies his brother Charlie. Charlie was obviously a huge influence, being older than Bill in his life, and him and Bill together formed the Bluegrass Boys, and from that name the genre of music bluegrass was named. Also, here's the cemetery here in Rosine, lays Pendleton Vandiver. Now you may be wondering, who is Pendleton Vandiver and what is his importance to things? Well, he happened to be the uncle of Mr. Bill Monroe. If you haven't figured it out yet, Bill's most popular song was Uncle Pen, and that's what we've got right here. Uncle Pen, Pendleton Vandiver. That's a beautiful monument. He was a fiddle player, as if you couldn't tell, but Uncle Pen was it's a pretty important figure in bluegrass music. Certainly in the life of Bill Monroe. The cemetery here at Rosine is obviously a family cemetery. As you look at the stones, everywhere you look, for this little stretch, you only see Monroe names. It's not a large cemetery, but it is beautiful. So we'll leave it off here. Thank you for your contributions and helping change the world, Mr. Monroe. Wish you were still with us, but you certainly deserve every accolade you ever received. stop is here in Central City, Kentucky. It's a pretty good sized cemetery. It's rather beautiful. We are here in Central City because that is the home of the Everly brothers. Now, I do have to preface this by saying Don was cremated and his ashes were spread along the Green River, just like John Prine, who will have a tie into what we're going to see here in just a moment. But for now, we wanted to stop by and tell Phil just how much we appreciate him, and just remember his name, you know, remember his music, the familiar harmonies of Phil and Don. I mean, I always called the Everly brothers the Beatles of Kentucky. Tell me I'm wrong. I don't think I am. So here is the very simple stone in the ground, but there is a larger one that just says Everly, and it is right here. It is a darker tombstone. It's beautiful, but I don't really see anyone else here. The only thing that I see is Mary E. Everly, who could have been maybe a sister that just didn't make it. I'm not really sure, but either way, we stopped and saw him, and let's go jam some songs, and I think you're going to enjoy this next stop. This is pretty new stuff I'm about to show you. All right, let's head downtown. That's certainly appropriate. You can't find a photograph of the other Everly brothers without one of these guitars right here. It's pretty awesome. Let's walk this way. We are downtown Central City here in Kentucky. Small little town, beautiful little town, old little town. Came about from out of the river as well as the rail. Been here for I don't know how long. But Don and Phil Everly both grew up in this little town, and recently the town decided to honor both of those gentlemen as well as John Prine. Now you may think, why John Prine? Well, the song Paradise, which is where John came to when he was a young fella, was about Muhlenberg County. And since his ashes were scattered, we needed a monument. And boy, did we get one. These are beautiful. Mr. John Prine, Phil and Don, the Everly brothers. How cool is this? Unfortunately, we had a little insect booger going there. Let's try that again. Notice the guitar I mentioned earlier. What a beautiful, beautiful memorial. Now there is a museum here in Central City. Hopefully I'm not too early, as I was, unfortunately, with the homestead and the small museum about Bill Monroe earlier. But we're going to drive by there and at least get a shot of the exterior, because we'll be back. We got some other places we got to get to today. So for now, let's hit the road. Unfortunately, I'm here a little too early. There's a gentleman working in there, but the doors aren't open yet. We'll be back. stop right here for a second. That gentleman right there, Mr. Merle Travis. That's who we're going to see next. Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church. That's where we find ourselves next. We're here for Mr. Merle Travis. If you've ever heard the term, good morning to you too, chicken. If you've ever heard the term chicken picking, appropriately enough, then you've probably heard the name Merle Travis. If you're a country musician, you've definitely found one of his songs in the past, and you've definitely heard his style. Now, that seems to be a metal monument that is showing that Merle was born November 29th, 1917, and he died October the 20th, 1983. But there's also a cemetery, a headstone right here. It says guitarist, husband, dad, grandpa. When I'm long gone, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal. But thankfully they didn't do that. I guess he meant it when he said, you load 16 tons, and what do you get? Right? Another day older and deeper in debt. Mr. Merle Travis. If you like what you saw there, let us know in the comments below. Go ahead and throw a like on it if you want. Share it. Why not? Sharing is caring, right? Until next time, see ya.